time. No intro today. We're just gonna hop right into this after I turn down the volume. I feel like the game is a bit quiet. 'Cause it is, only a little bit. Anyway, let's see if we can get this star today. Should probably practice instead of hopping right into an attempt. Whatever. This attempt is gonna die in like 3 seconds, so... bit more than 3. Finally, got inspired. Not really inspired, but like, motivated to work on this game again, so huzzah. Made some good progress on the last level this morning. That's the only jump I'm super worried about, since these are just free, especially this one. Completely free. Ignore the fact that I died. Okay, completely free. Okay. I'll be surprised if we don't get this today. I've got about an hour 45 to stream. A bit under 2 hours. Terrible. After this, if we get it pretty late, I'll just end stream early and not start anything new. If we get this really early, I'll start Kicksand Canyon. Maybe. I think I'll save Bonus Land for a little bit later. Surprised that worked. Felt like I was a bit too low on my lung. Ugh, that jump. You really have to press it early. Well. One good thing about the star is it is super, super short. Short to an excess. Takes like, what, 30 seconds to get here? About? So it takes less than a minute to get to the cave, so... This star is like less than 3 minutes long. Which is a shame, because that means it's a really good speedrun star. A lot of stars in this level are decent for speedrunning. It's a pity they're so dang hard. Again, I didn't get a good triple jump. What? Did I jump too early? I should have had 1 frame, but it felt like I had no frames. Okay, don't do it. I'll do the tap method then. To lose a little bit of extra speed, I shouldn't have to. That's upsetting. Well, every time I fail, I'll just, like, practice this jump. Wow, that was like failure on 17 different levels. I failed to dodge the fire, I failed to survive after getting burned, which I couldn't if I didn't jump trying to dodge the fire again. I missed the triple jump. I just choked everything. Wow. That was incredible failure. Oh dear. What? My shadow was good! My shadow's lying to me. Shadow, why would you lie to me? Shadow, why do you have a gun? Shadow, no. Shadow! Shoutouts to Shadow the Hedgehog. The game. Not the character. The game. Edgy Sonic with a gun. What is Sega thinking? Oh, Sega. That's a textbook way to do that jump. Textbook. Okay, we didn't undershoot that. Almost undershot that, though. Last jump. Dang! Super close. We got the first 2 wall kicks, but I'll cut out second last. Who cares about the second last? It's only the last jump that matters. Dang, why couldn't we have done that? That scuttlebug has killed me more times than it had any right to. Just, you try and jump into it, and then just it hits you at the same time you jump, and then you just go flying. It's hilariously stupid. Very strange quirk of the physics. Shoutouts to this game engine. Way too low. Super low. I was falling. I jumped in the last possible frame, I think. Oh well. Clearly, I'll just make a documentation of every single death. Be like, oh yeah, first jump, second jump, third jump. Clearly. Because, you know, that's totally not going to be tedious. But only for this star. I'll clearly never ever track what jumps I die on for any other star. I'll just track every single jump on this star. That's how that works, right? Okay, can we get somewhere? Thank you. Can we stop dying to pylons? No? Okay. That one final jump that we died on. That's the only attempt we're gonna get there today. Okay. Man, it's only been 12 minutes. Yikes. That's what I get for having such a short star. I'm not sure why I'm acting like that's a bad thing. Like, darn. It's only been 12 minutes in the stream. I have to stream this for so much longer. I chose to stream this today, didn't I? One of these days I'm gonna do some casual hacks. Maybe I'll do some casual hacks tomorrow. I couldn't rotate the camera, and then I messed up the jump because of it. I don't get why I have trouble rotating the camera sometimes. I just, like, can't hit the button fast enough. My ring finger just doesn't work. I can't talk today. I blame the fact that it's cold outside. I just came back from a walk just before I streamed. It is cold outside. And that is why it is gorgeous outside. I do love early morning walks. Dusk is my favorite time of day. Not dusk, dawn. Whatever, I always mix up dusk and dawn. Who doesn't? Actually, a lot of people. Dusk is okay too, but dawn is better. Clearly I'm talking about Pokemon characters. Is there a character named Dusk? I don't know. Maybe. It sounds like somebody would name it. I mean, there's definitely a pair of twins that are named Dusk and Dawn. And Dusk is a horrible name, and Dawn is a normal name. I pity the twin named Dusk. What? What? How did I block? How was I so far to the right? Maybe I should make a second last jump counter. Second last jump X4. Because I am dying on it significantly. Dying on every jump significantly. Dude! I had no speed! I can't play. My brain is just turning into mush. I don't know, it feels like my mouth is like practically half frozen. Clearly that's a sign of not getting enough oxygen to the brain. I just start hyperventilating. A bit low. Still made it. Still made it. Let's go firsty. Last jump. Pog, we got the star. Holy crap. I didn't think we would get that so quickly. We actually got that. Okay. Wow. I guess I'll change my title. Wow, B2. Apparently I'm B2, or is fine, I'll change it to Kicksand Canyon. Apparently B2 is now a violation of Twitch terms and services in your stream title. Good to know. So B2 is just kind of over here. It's a very good camera. It's in here. You need some amount of stars to enter. Okay, Kicksand. This level's kind of... I'm gonna need a lot of practice for this. Mainly because this first jump kinda sucks. Also, I hate the song here. It is not the song I wanted. But the song I wanted, like, is impossible to work, so... This first jump is, like, arguably the hardest jump in the stage. We can do that. I'm gonna first go for the cannon or for stars. I'll go for the cannon first. Let's see, get over here. And then for the cannon, first we have to jump down here. Well, actually, Katsu showed that you can just not. You can just go over here first, and you still have enough time to push it. I'm probably gonna jump down here first, though. Kill the Pokey. Anyway, so the gimmick of this level, so this is obviously based off of Kicksand Canyon from MQ2. Except, well, the thing is, Kicksand Canyon didn't exist. So this is based off of what it would be if the level had worked. It's a real shame that the level didn't work. But yeah, so the main gimmick of this level is it's extremely open. You can kind of go anywhere. There's three main sections. There's the section up there, there's the section there, and there's the section over there. I guess there's four, because it's also the lower section. The lower section is only for reds, though. But the main gimmick is that you have to escort this box by hitting switches, one on each section, and you push the box in order to get up there and to open a cannon. But so you have to do the three sections in any order, but you can practice them in any order and stuff like that. So it's really cool and kind of non-linear, because you can also you can just kind of skip right to the section which is with the star too. 'Cause every section has a star. Oh yeah, I think Katsu was doing something stupid for this jump. It's like some horrible triple jump, but you can just long jump this long jump wall kick. Don't firsty. And that's free. You have to do a few QSLGs though. Okay. Here we have some very non-threatening, non-slippery pyramids. This is the first switch that you have to hit. Just make sure you push the box. Now the thing is, you don't have to be you have to be a bit precise pushing from when the things aren't there, but you don't actually have to be very precise at all when you're just pushing it outside of a switch, so it's actually pretty easy. I would argue that actually, I don't know, it's hard to say. I don't even need to rotate the camera, it's not even axial-line. Ever so slightly not axial-line. Okay, that jump's tight. Now the only, the two hardest things here, reds is the hardest thing here, and then opening the cannon is the second hardest thing here. The other stars are not that bad at all. I don't actually think opening the cannon will take me that long, if I'm good. Anyway, up here we just have, there's a fire up here. Now, the stone being slippery, do you have to be worried? Do you have to worry slightly about that? Come on, can we get some firsties? Can we get some firsties that matter? There we go. It's a bit wide. I think this might be a too wide wall, actually. A proper too wide wall. Now here you do have to do some QSLGs. There's a few QSLGs, but not a ton in this stage. This is probably the second longest QSLG section in the entire game. It's not even that long. Anyway, this is the hardest part of the star, I think. It's going to require some practice. I mean, it's not that bad, but you gotta be a bit careful. Actually, it's free. Now, originally you're supposed to, like, front kick up these slopes, but, like, and rotate your camera, but it's so much easier to just turn around and back kick. Infinitely easier to turn around and back kick. It's like, whatever not. Just gotta be wary about, yeah, going too far onto the backs. I guess transitioning between the in curve and the out curve is also kind of tricky. As long as you're kind of careful, you should be fine. It's not very slippery, it's only slippery. Anyway, get over here. And there's a star up there. That star's fun. That star is probably the hardest star here. You can't go back, can you? I'm pretty sure you can't. Yeah, you can't. Go here. Here's a red coin. That's a red coin you can get really early on, though. Thing is, with reds, this is the first one of the. I actually made this level pretty early, like decently middle-ish on, definitely before like course 14, and I think before course 11 and such. After course 12, so it's like there's quite a lot of non-linearity in terms of red coin routing. So like that's the start over there. You can just long jump over here from the start. It's a bit tight, but that's the optimal way to getting this red, unless you want to go all the way around. Do this red later, but that red sucks anyway. Anyway, I'm rambling. Yes, okay. Hit me. But yeah, I'm glad that course 14 is done. I really mentioned this enough, but like, course 14 being done is crazy. So that's there, okay. I mean, you can just take the fall damage. Push it just enough to be able to push it from here. Now, when Katsu was doing this, Katsu was not making use of the extra width of the cork boxes to go fast, which was a bit of a mistake. Yeah, well, Katsu still got it eventually. Shouts to Katsu, we love Katsu. Of course, I do know all the tricks, but anyway. save state here. This one is probably, in my opinion, the hardest. Honestly, I would say this is harder than the second one. This is pretty hard. I'm bad, so... I'm just really bad at this one in general. Yeah, the gimmick of this level, that was a terrible, terrible time to ruin my camera. The gimmick of this level is obviously you're kicking on like every single slope known to man. This is okay. Anyway, this jump sucks. This is the shortest path to the switch. Probably, but like, the switch sucks. Be on the side, but not actually be that far up. Okay, you gotta do that, but the hard part is jumping, because you slide at such a weird, awkward angle. Yeah, you also have to do this for reds, which kinda sucks. You don't actually need a lot of speed here. But I am just so incredibly bad at timing this jump. I'm like extremely bad at timing this jump. Like I just can never do this jump. I don't know how Katse did. Katse got that jump so consistently. Katse like was able to turn around and not. But since the problem is I slide off like off that side. I don't go forward enough. Katse, I don't think had that issue. Well, maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. It's because I'm holding... Okay, I know what I'm doing wrong. I'm just not holding an optimal button. I'm holding, like, right to turn around, and that makes me turn around. Okay, I'm stupid. This jump is a lot easier than it looks. Okay. Don't get bodied by him, though. Probably might be best to just yeet him. Also, just line up the camera with this slope. Anyway, this is the hard jump. It's not too bad, but it's actually not bad at all. Just don't undershoot it. And as you go here... Push this thing. Push, 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 push. And then you're basically done. So actually, I don't think this will take me that long. It's actually easier than I remembered. Just line up with this wall. Make sure you can wall kick off it, and probably choke the last jump. This last jump's not easy, not hard, but it's chokeable. sad if you choked it. It's choked. I think up here, yes, nothing is solid. And this is here just to prevent cheese, I think. Since you used to be able to, like, jump from somewhere, I think. I had to do a lot of cheese prevention to prevent you going from areas, like, to get up here or to... Like, there were a few places I didn't want you to go from one place to the other. It's like the end of switch paths that were from the start, for the most part, or whatever. So I had to do a bit of cheese, and then you get up here and you talk to the cannon, and then you win. So I'm not actually too concerned about this star. Or this cannon. Wow, yeah, I just kinda did that. I do need to get somewhat consistent at this for something later on. Because it'll be annoying. It'll just be annoying if I die to this intro a lot. Oh, Kicksand Canyon. I love the concept of this level. I hate the intro to this level. Because this is... It's not even that hard, I'm just really bad at it. I hate the music, though. I'll show you what the music was intended to be, actually. The music was intended to be... Let's go dev inside information. TK music. It was supposed to be... This. But this MIDI just kind of refuses to... At least this bridge is axial aligned, that is one good thing. This bridge used to be a lot more precise, but it was changed to be less precise, because... I don't know, I learned a bit about how these boxes work since then. And all that stuff, I don't know. Then I tried using this song again, because the song is awesome, and I just cannot get this song to work. It's very sad. An ordinary long jump. Don't know what Katsu is doing. But it wasn't an ordinary long jump. Last pyramid's a bit slopey. I'm being pinged. It's pinging me. What is this Discord pinging me for? Ah. I need to ban someone. I don't have... Alright, I don't have... permissions to ban someone. Or delete. How did this person post it in every channel? Are there no restrictions to posting in the announcements channel? Oh my goodness, it's a free Nitro scam. I mean, this is that stupid Discord anyway. And that's about all I can do about that. Let's go fake Nitro. Let's go camera, not being kind. Let's go camera! What just happened there? Mary just drifted. Mary just drifted into the quicksand. Let's go drift. Drift Mario 900. Okay, let's do the start properly. I mean, that's not even a good SM64 hacks score. That's like an old one. A very old one. It was like a thing with Last Impact. And it's like, I don't know. Wow! I keep dying to... This Pokey is insane. Can we get past the first 2 seconds of this level? Vote now when you're N64. There we go. And I'm actually going to try and do the cat's eye method. Also make a proper save state here. Just fix my state slightly. I love being modded in the Discord, and my only modding capabilities are to change roles. It's the best part of being modded of that Discord. That just happened. Kind of tight. Kind of tight. But not that bad. Okay. We'll be doing it like that. Save some time. I mod on that Discord. The owner's just like, hey, you can have a mod role. You can't do anything with this mod role except give people roles. I like being able to change role purpose. It's a good meme. So what I had to do one time was somebody was spamming. The only thing I could do was make a new role that I could give them. It was like, I couldn't ban them, I couldn't delete the messages. The only way to stop the spam was to give them a role that prevented them from posting messages. It's like, okay, I can't remove you, but I can suppress you. It's like, that's basically what I had to do. I can't remove the problem, I can stop the problem, though. By a very stupid way. want to go on the right side so that I can just kick. These pyramids are actually giving me a slight bit of trouble. Which they shouldn't, but they are. Dude! Fine, I'll practice the pyramids. Because I'm bad. Worst player of this game. Cabin 856. Just to speed up. Why were people even looking in that Discord to see that somebody had posted up? It's like, who uses this Discord? That's actually what I want to know. How did they find out? Because I certainly never look at that Discord. It's one of the, like, 30 Discords I'm in that I don't look at. At least one of the 30. I probably have more Discords that I never look at. I'm gonna hit the Discord cap to 100 soon. I'm gonna start culling my Discords. There's a bunch of random Discords that I'm in, like Anarchy. Like the Anarchy Discord. It was stupid. And there's the, like, count to, like, 1 billion Discord that, like, stopped after, like, 50. I think they got to a few hundred. Also, it wasn't 1 billion, but it was some stupid high number. I'm like, yeah, this is never happening, but it's a good meme, so... Wow, I really can't do this intro. This intro sucks because it's not axi-aligned. Dude, let me jump. I can't do this! I had no speed, I didn't think of it. Why is this jump so hard? This is the first jump of the stage. There we go. Scuttlebug! I love hearing da, 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 and then over and over again. Dude! Stop drifting! Do I really need to practice this? This is upsetting. guess I can do that instead. I guess that's better. Once I failed a wall kick. Dude, stop diving! I hate Kicksand Canyon, pretty much exclusively because of this first jump. Like, it's a good challenge. I just hate it. Because it's not axial-aligned. And I wish it was axial-aligned, so I didn't have to rotate the camera every time. That's only a keyboard issue. Now that I don't think this method even works, because my angle's kind of awful. This scuttlebug needs a raise. I also always jump like 1 frame too late. That's the problem with slopes. I hate slopes. I just can't. I'm always like, I swear, it's the input delay. Dude. Do I need to start keeping track of how many times I make it to this first starting damn platform? Because this is stupid. This is the hardest damn jump of the stage. This should not be the hardest jump of the stage. Fine, I'll practice it. Thoroughly. Let me jump. The problem is, the problem is if I go from this angle, I've got no speed. I'm forgetting what buttons to press. Hardest jump in the stage, the very first jump. You see, I love Bowser 1, and I kind of like Bowser 3 also, but Bowser 2, I hate so much. Entirely because this one jump is impossible. Because I can never jump! There we go. Honestly, I wonder if I should just go into butt sliding right away. It's so much easier to go to just be front, like, it's so much easier to be butt sliding than to be to transition into a front slide. There we go. What? Oh my god, the depth perception is impossible on that jump. Arguably the big problem is because the backside of those slopes aren't tangible. I would argue that you're completely right. But it'd be too easy without... That can happen. Dude! What do you even call that? That's why I didn't want to go to Kicksand Canyon. I couldn't double kick. I just don't get any speed like this with this method. I just get no speed with this method. It's like, I swear, the rest of it's not this hard. Getting extremely pissed off. Like, irritated beyond all belief because I can't get past this first goddamn jump. I'm not changing a single thing about this jump, though. I refuse to. Too many people have gotten this. As is. Katse's everything but reds here. I think Loka's got everything but reds here. A lot of people have everything but reds here, because reds here suck. It's probably if you've got too much speed with the kick, then it's like, you need to have the perfect amount of speed. Otherwise you just clip through. In. And then my angle is horrible. Maybe, okay, the answer is don't kick. I've got it. The answer is don't kick. Because then you can turn... a goat. I probably accidentally muted myself there. Why am I a goat, Ian? Also, welcome to the stream. I don't like being goat. Dude. It's starting to make my pinky sore. I'm supposed to... Okay, that's less complicated. We'll just do it like that. Okay. You beat 10 years after. GG. It didn't take you very long. And again, it wasn't... You played, like, the easier version, and also it's not that hard, as far as I'm aware. I kicked. My muscle memory says to kick there, but... Don't kick. Yes. If you don't kick after that part onto the last slope, it's so much easier. Okay. Gonna miss up. Why have we missed this QSLG like 4 times in a row now? It's a QSLG, just one QSLG. Apparently I can get Cave of Spikes, and that's the only star I'm allowed to get today. No more than that 1 star. It's like, I haven't even gotten an attempt to pass the first anything. It's like... Okay, new plan. Don't go on that side because I keep overshooting. What do you mean PJ64 sound is a bit too high? My audio balance should be perfect. Let's find out. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Let's find out. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Nope, you're full of it, Ian. Sorry. But on my end, based on that stream review, Project 64 and Mike are perfectly balanced. You can hear both reasonably. Neither one is overpowering the other. Okay, got a slightly more consistent method. I'm very particular about audio balance, don't worry. Dude, I've missed this QSLG like 5 times now. It's just an ordinary QSLG. It's not even a hard QSLG. Slide down there, it's a bit better maybe. Do it in practice. Can't do anything in actual execution, though. Nicely done. QSLGs are 7 frames. It's more frames than wall kicking. An ordinary wall kick is less frames. You get so much more speed if you don't kick there. Nice bonk. Gonna be stuck in this level for ages. Believe me, I'm aware, Ian. so difficult? The answer is probably yes. Mario, jump backwards, would you? Yeah, I don't like doing that method like that Katsei does there. We just have so little time. Hey, we got past the first. The first. Nice slope jump. Wow, that just happened. I'm trash. I really don't, Ian. I'm extremely impatient. Nice. Problem is, I don't start sliding instantly when I jump on this third slope. I don't start sliding instantly, because my angle after sliding off this is slightly enough to kick, but only if I hold the right angle. But I can't hold that angle, the angle necessary to keep kicking, so I instantly go into a slide. But it's like, it's a short delay. Goldfish. I mean, I have to do this. This is my own hack, so there we go. It's part of why I'm more patient. Gonna hop down here first. I don't like having to hop backwards, and also this poke is annoying. Yeah, this is my own hack. I have to playtest this. This is playtesting. I don't get why I'm dying to that jump now. I guess I should do the dive. I have not gotten to the second section once. It's like, in theory, this isn't hard. I just keep choking. Dying to all the easy stuff. I got Cave of Spikes super quickly today. I can't get this easy stuff now. This is beyond aggravating. Yo, can this Pokey die? Dive it gives you more control. Yeah, you want a side flip? That is a lot slower though. Also nice bonk. The fact that that is just so much slower really isn't desirable. Why am I bonking? My angle should be perfect. I don't understand this level. All I understand is irritation and aggravation. SLG is actually kind of tight. Gotta do this. This is always fun when you have to do this. Cool. And that's why I don't want to do that. I should not be dying to these pyramids. I should do something like that instead. Yeah, that's the optimal way of doing that. Okay. New strats found. My endless cycle of revising my strats. Cool. I was not perfectly aligned with that box, so I was pushing it super slowly. Guess I'll practice all of this garbage, since I haven't practiced this in forever. This is similar to the first, like the first jumps, but I think this is easier than the first jumps. Because you don't have to do some stupid momentum jump at the end. See, I can do these parts, I just can't do the first part. That's the problem. See, I can do all of this. Ignore the fact that I died at one of those jumps. That doesn't count. Reds here suck. Reds here suck and are going to suck. Okay, but having this new strat for the pyramids is awesome. It makes the pyramids free. We got like half an hour at most. Not a bit. Actually, half an hour at least. Quite the opposite of at most. Actually get to make some jumps. Let's go semi-tight long jump. Okay. Watch me first try this net once I stop being bad. Could happen. Darn. Just make sure you're above that fire spear so you don't get burned. You don't get burned often by that guy, but he will definitely burn you if you're not careful. Okay, now for I just missed! How did I miss the ledge grab? What? How is that even humanly possible? How is that even humanly possible to miss that ledge grab? What? Oh my god. This is why you'll never get this. This is why I'll never get anything anymore. I choke everything too much. So much easier. Of course, this part is still very much so. Gotta go fast and hope. Cool. The Pokey was in the way. I literally could not see. Firsty! It's okay, we'll just do this. We'll just do this. Whee! Technically, it is possible to recover from down here. It's not worth it, but it is possible. Also, I don't really remember how. Why was there a cannon here? No, there's a cannon here. There's a few cannons in this stage. Alright, you need the cannon. Right, I think you do need the cannon to recover. I think you need the cannon to recover. There's like 3 cannons in this level. I can't QSLG anymore! I know exactly why I'm dying. It's because I'm holding forward slightly too early for some reason. And now I'm missing wall kicks. And I'm not even setting up the camera. I've been on the star for an hour and I've had like 1 attempt to the hard part because I keep choking, like past the easy part because I keep choking this easy part. This is a disgrace. It's because the QSLG is so tight. haven't been tighter QSLGs in this hack. All those tight ones are in, like, Dream Edition, except Pluto. Dude! Pokey? That Pokey ruins me every time. Man, shoutouts to QSLGs. That second slope is actually pretty tight. I almost QSLG'd that right side. That would have been death with that snuff in there. Or that left side. Okay, that's all we need to do. It's actually a bit harder to push on the right side than the left side, actually. Scuttlebug. I jumped too early. I jumped too early! Oh! I failed the game of chicken! I jumped too early, like 1 frame later, and I probably would have made it. You're kidding me. That is so painful. It's like... It's so easy to make this jump. But it's like... You can't... It's kind of scary. And so, at the end of it, you're just, like, slightly nervous. I should pause buffer that. I was like, I just jumped, like, how do you jump slightly early? It's so easy to make this. I jumped, like, so early. It's like, it's so easy to make that, and I choked this right at the end. That jump isn't even hard. Oh my god, I'm so bad. Whatever, we've shown that this star is not actually that bad at all. Or It's not even a star, it's a canon entry. The canon entry required to open up, to get some stars and also to open Bowser 1. Or be able to access Bowser 2. You need this cannon. Point is you need the cannon. This is the main bulk of doing Bowser 2. This is not how you do this. This is the Bowser 2 stage. It's like once you open the cannon, you can just jump straight down to where Bowser 2 is from the start of the level. So this is the Bowser 2 like key path to the pipe entry sort of thing. Whatever. We have like 20 minutes. We might honestly still get this because it's not hard. Unless we overshoot that. Why the heck did we overshoot that? The fact that I've died to that jump several times is also concerning. Highly concerning. Dude, this QSLG is impossible. That wall kick is impossible. This entire stage is impossible. It's because there's depth perception is really bad. On that corner. The real question is, will we have time to get the cannon and then get a star to save the cannon? Or do we just get any star in C1? Like the brick factory is it's the go-to star. It's the easiest star in the game. Actually, technically C2 hundreds is actually faster and easier, but whatever. Shush. Pokey, you wanna get over here? There we go. No! God damn it! I knew that I wasn't gonna make it, but my finger slipped off the back key. My finger just slipped off. It's like I was trying to hold back. You probably could hear it. My finger just slipped off, and I was... It's like, maybe if I had held forward the entire distance, maybe, but... Or, like, tapped forward. I definitely needed to release forward to not overshoot the ledge. Okay, that's the real reason that QSLG is tight, is because my camera's not been axial aligned, or aligned to that jump. Just do that. Okay, we have the strats. Okay, cool. We guess we're doing that again. I can at least practice this jump. I definitely just need to jump sooner. Jump dive immediately. Oh, it's this jump, isn't it? No, it's not this jump. I'm stupid. That jump is still the same as that jump. That jump is the same as that jump. Yes, that's how that works, Kevin. I just kind of hallucinated. Nice kick! Dude! This is called Kicksand Canyon for a reason. getting kind of... I've kind of got the intro down pat, at least. Kind of. Kind of. Nice. Once again, we didn't kick. Actually, we didn't kick. I just didn't kick enough. I thought it was on the slope. I thought I'd have enough speed to walk up. I did not. That was like a last frame QSLG. Let's go last frame QSLG. You may be wondering, Kevin, how can you tell? And the answer is I'm good. It felt like a last frame. Death of the universe? No? Pokey refuses to die? Last Impact made me terrified of Pokeys. I haven't played Last Impact in a long time. I should play Last Impact again. Just for fun. Also, I like how it shows as Dark Seal on Star Display instead of Kicksand Canyon. Let's go, ordering on Star Display not being optimal. Oh well. I had way too many firsties. I was actually worried I would get a fourth firstie and QSLG on the right side and like die because of it. Good at QSLGs, for the most part. By Season. Not gonna lie, I'm kinda nervous. What?! I missed the box?! What?! You've got to be kidding me. I die like that?! I die like that?! Oh my goodness. Maybe this camera is better after all. Who dies like that? Only I would die like that. Only I would. I've got 10 minutes. Really, not much time. Oh well, we got a star today, at the very least. Unlikely we're gonna get the cannon open, but it's possible. Cannon open isn't that long. It's only like it's like under 5 minutes. close, but not quite. We were pushing too slowly the first time. It was like some weird glitch where you, like, push at, like, half speed. Nice. I saw that the shadow had jumped down vertically. I knew I was gonna land in quicksand. My finger couldn't hit the right button. I tried tapping the right button, but I didn't tap hard enough. So there was no right button pressed at all. I failed to overcome the resistance of the springs in the keyboard. Let's go. Whatever, we're getting a lot more consistent at this stage now. We just needed a bit of practice. We'll get this before long. You know what? I'm just gonna leave that pokey. Why do I need to kill that pokey? The answer is I don't think I do. Yeah, I was a bit concerned about that when I saw how badly it's still annoying though, because this is actually not hard at all. The hardest part is this part here, just because the slope is slightly steep. It's like the steepest at that part. It's actually not that hard at all. I'll make this my, like, I'll do one more attempt past the first switch. So probably this is probably my last attempt. Yeah, nice. Double nice. Where is that pokey in the space-time relativity? I failed to kill that pokey like 3 times. Can I stop getting a firstie? That would also be nice. Anyway, things I need to do before I release this new beta, because, like, I'm still on a beta that I haven't released yet. With C14, there's got a bunch of stuff to do. Gotta make a new beta. Let's go new betas. Twice in a row. 3 times in— what? Excuse to me. Okay. Strange that it never happened and then it happened 3 times in a row. But whatever. This is my last attempt. Get some firsties. Thank you. Surprised I haven't screwed up with QSLG, that QSLG section. Let's go, Scuttlebug helping. No, that's not what I want to do. Hold up. That stuff, it actually kind of scares me a little bit. Well, that just happened. Didn't think that would be a possibility. You see, because I bonked and landed there perfectly fine once. I did. But, apparently, it's also not entirely safe of a method. It's like, if I take the fall damage and live, it's like, I'm fine. I know I've got enough time. If Mario can turn around. Like, I know I've got enough time to take the fall damage. And push the box still. If I stop sliding everywhere. It's like, there's plenty of time to do that still. I just hit, like, the 2 pixels that were not good. I should aim for the top of the box. It's actually easier. It's like, aim for the ledge grab, but aim to overshoot. It's a lot better to overshoot than to undershoot that. I just undershot it in the worst possible way. It's actually really hard. It's really hard to not ledge grab this, because I'm good. And can ledge grab something like this on demand. Most of the time. And then you still survive, and then, ugh, whatever. I'm terrible. Tomorrow, maybe I'll stream this tomorrow. I probably will. Tomorrow, we'll get this, because it's not that bad, and then, like, probably clean up the other 3 stars and start routing reds? Or something? I don't know. Have a seal.